the Comedy Crossword Podcast.
Welcome to One Down, the Comedy Crossword Podcast. My name is Brendan Eyre. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Greg, the main man. I've really floundered for a nickname there, but Greg Warren. Greg, what's going on?
I don't know. You could have asked me. We've known each other for a long time.
I know. I blew it. But
you could have asked me a long time, like, if I had a nickname or something. You haven't seemed to care.
I know.
So you just came up with some sort of general. Anybody could be the main man.
Well, that's where you're wrong. Okay, if we're going around with a system where anyone can be the main man,
anybody could be called the main. It's not an original nickname.
That's true. What going forward?
No. You don't want to know.
Going forward, should I give you a nickname? What would you prefer? Gregster? Gregulation? The Gregulator?
Man,
the Gregulator.
Gregulator is good.
Yeah.
All right, they called me the Warden.
Oh, that's pretty good. Kind of a play on your last name, Warren.
Yeah, Greg the Animal Warden. I tried to get going instead of Warren. Greg the Animal Warden.
Yeah, the animal's great. The Warden part, I don't know. Those guys get stabbed a lot. They're not. It's not. You don't generally think of a prison warden as a tough guy.
I'm not trying to say I'm a tough guy. I'm just trying to point out that I have been stabbed several times. Is what I.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Greg the Animal. We call him that because he's tough. The Warden. We call him that because he's been shanked 45 times with a knife made out of a melted toothbrush. What's going on with you, man?
There was Greg Warren on Shawshank. Greg Warren, the least tough screw in the business.
Hey, today we're going to do whatever you fellas care to do. What is it, free time? Sure. I got a family at home. I'm just trying to get out of here alive.
Yeah. Just so you know, I'm going to be looking the other way here. And if any of you guys want to try something, now would be the time.
How was your week, man?
It was fine. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I'm just got back from Bloomington, Indiana, and I know you're heading there next weekend.
Yeah, I'm excited to go there. I'm excited. I like.
They're excited to have you.
I like a college town. I love that club. I had
Jared. Kind of a guy that's he doesn't have very many strong opinions.
Yeah, a real wallflower. A real wallflower, if you will.
If you brought up any topic, Jared will have an opinion, a very severe opinion about it. Very severe.
He is he is a television panel show producer's dream. Because it's you could bring up tulips, and it's just like,
let me tell you something about tulips.
Let me tell you something.
If you like anything but white tulips, I don't want to see your face in my club ever. Okay? Ever.
Yeah. Let me tell you something about tulips that's going to bring in 500 complaint letters to the network. And I know you didn't think it was possible, but great guy. I actually get along really well with Jared.
Oh, he's great. One of my really good friends, and it's always it's a lot of fun at the club.
I'm excited. I'm doing a week open. After that, I'm doing a week opening for Dan Gruten, who I've never met, but I hear is a really nice guy. So
I don't know who that. Oh, Dan Greeter?
Could be.
Dan Gruten?
I'd have to check the schedule. It could be Peter Phillips for all I know.
I'm going to guess it's Dan Greeter, who's a really funny guy and a nice guy and does not deserve to be called Dan Gruten.
Hard to say. Could be either.
I'll tell you what's easy to say. You're not going to be opening for either of those guys next week because I'm calling Greeter and telling him.
Doesn't matter. Grutens will still have me. But I'm excited for that.
What an idiot!
Yeah. I never claimed to be anything.
Come on, man. You don't call Dan Greeter. I've known the guy for like 25 years. You're going to call him Gruten?
I still.
Where is this that you're opening for him?
Odd Hilarities.
Yeah, that's probably Greeter. Yeah. Yeah. I know most of the guys that Nick works over there, and it's usually not Dan Gruten.
Usually, but this might want to be one of those rare exceptions when they throw Gruten a bone.
What a
you know
jerk.
what I mean? Anyway, how'd you do, man? I'm on a hot streak. I got them all again.
Yeah, you're aren't you February for February?
Yeah, I'm full. I dropped a couple in a row, and then I think I'm on a 5-6 week streak here again.
Okay. Yeah, I went 6 or 7. I went 6 or 7 last week, and I went clean the week before. So I'm like 19 out of 21 for February, I think. And this week, this Sunday, it was just on a stupid thing. I could have got it.
Let me tell you something about this Sunday, and we'll talk about it when we get there. And I texted you this. I got it on a real Hail Mary. I thought I was finished, and it was just basically a wild guess. And one of those times, like on a Monday or Tuesday, you enter in the last letter, and you go, "Here comes the music." This is one of those ones where it's like, "There's no music going to be playing after I put this letter in," and then the music comes on, and you go, I don't even think I deserve that because I was putting in nonsense.
Brendan's talking about, of course, there's the music that when you solve the puzzle on the app, there's a little ditty. And you know what I hate, like today on Sunday, when you just press solve to get the answer, when you quit, they still play the music. I'm like, don't patronize me. I don't deserve the music.
Yeah,
like,
what is this, the ice cream truck?
I shouldn't get I don't deserve the music.
No.
And then I've been like you, where I'm like as I do these laying in bed sometimes in the dark, it's morbid, but I like doing these puzzles, and I haven't talked to anybody in like 6 hours or something, and I'm just doing this puzzle, and there's silence, and then I'm about 19 steps away from the music, and then I hit it, and all of a sudden there's music. I'm like, geez! We
got a ghost! We got a ghost! Well, that's it's so funny, man, having a little baby now, because the stuff you think is going to freak them out, they don't care. Like the blender comes on, Amy's making a smoothie, right in stride, just sleeping. Right. You even think about opening up a can of soda, that baby goes nuts, like
really?
Shocked.
Yeah.
Never experienced such shock in her life. Arms and legs straight out, eyes bugged out, just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like kids. It's a protective instinct. Soda's bad for you, man.
Soda is this is LaCroix, and I'm trying to get her into the bubbly water early, and don't tell Amy that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, Monday, February 15th, was a Maconia Alford. Don't recall working on a Maconia before. I think I would also. It's a very unique name, nice name. And the theme was White House dogs. You had dogs that were in the White House. So you had buddy cop movies, Barney Fife, Bo Tree, and Major Scale. And I imagine this was Greg inspired by the fact that Biden, with his dogs back in the White House, it is returned to an era. Generally, the president has a dog. We did not have that in the last 4 years, so we're back into the dog era of politics, which is good for dogs.
Right. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. What's Biden's dogs' names?
I think one is Major because that was in the puzzle. I don't know what the other one's name is. Could be Minor.
Gotcha. Minor, could be captain, lieutenant,
admiral.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Wow, captain flies, but admiral, no. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I mean, you're sticking within the Army, and then you jumped over the Navy right away.
Well,
you were within the Army.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah, exactly.
Guilty as charged. Yeah,
I wasn't going to spell it out like that, but you're the one who made
me. Lieutenant. Call him Lieutenant.
Yeah. 9 across Chevy muscle car. That's a Camaro. Brendan, give me the word. Tell me that you got a Camaro in the voice of a guy that would have a Camaro. Let's see.
How old are you, ladies? Go ahead. You can answer.
Oh,
16?
We're
That's
16,
fine.
yeah.
I got a Camaro out back.
Okay, I
Nice.
like it. I like it.
It's nice.
Yeah. I like it.
You go ahead.
I was
give
looking
me-
for more of a succinct sentence, but it was all right. Yeah. it's good.
No, Camaro guys, we don't know what succinct means.
Oh, you guys just run on. Yeah. That makes sense.
no, no. Literally, I don't know what succinct means. So,
All right, I'll give you mine, man.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Brendan, man, check out my Camaro.
Yeah, that's good too. Yeah, those guys would be pals. Hey, I just wanted to say, man, that's a pretty sweet Camaro.
Thanks, brother, man. My stepbrother doesn't even know I have it, man.
Doesn't matter what he doesn't know. I don't know.
Hey,
Who
you're
cares?
always right, B, man.
Now, one across, a little tip for you. Dance at a Jewish wedding, that is a Hora. And for those of you, that Greg is part Jewish, and I'm not. And for those of you that aren't Jewish or aren't familiar with Jewish culture, if you go to a wedding or a bar mitzvah, do not let me make the mistakes for you, okay? Don't assume it's just anyone who wants to get up in that chair can get up in that chair and get danced
it's
around.
the bride.
Yes, it's a bride, and then they go on to
did
the
you do
family.
that? At Ari's wedding? At Ari's wedding, did you do that?
Well, so many people went through that chair because it's kind of a family thing. I thought anyone who wants the chair, get up in the chair, and it's not. That is not the situation. Stay out of the chair unless you know for a fact your chair material.
Yeah, that's definitely that's good advice, man. You learn
Thank you.
stuff on the
Thank you.
You're gonna. Brendan saves a lot of people from making a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. You know, I'll do the idiotic stuff that to save you the trouble.
25 across, Friends opposite. I believe for most of the time on CBS, Murder, She Wrote ran opposite Friends. For a year, it was Eye to Eye with Connie Chung. I'm not sure.
This guy, man, talk
Stupid.
about the king of show business. He can't even get out of the dialect.
Man, I'm living it, man.
He's
I'm
living
living
it.
it,
This
baby.
guy's Hollywood to the bone.
Yeah.
32 down, stuck with no way out. And that's in a bad spot. Kind of a rough description there in the clue. Like, hey, man, I know things are rough right now, but I just want you to know there is no way out.
No way out.
You're done. You are. This is how you live now. Yeah, in a bad spot does not imply
you're right. You're
no
right, man.
way out.
No way out.
I know you're in a bad spot right now, buddy, but you'll be there forever. So
Excellent point. 19 across, what blank goes, parents' pronouncement, and that's what I say goes. Brendan, have you started that with your daughter, who's a month old? 2
no,
months?
because man, the babies. It's really funny, man. They're these little 10-pound munchkins, and what they say goes.
Yeah,
they
it is what
rule
they say,
your
yeah,
life.
yeah.
It's wild, man, and I didn't quite grasp that. But what I say does not go,
Not matter.
Greg, because I will say a lot of things, and she has yet to walk, which I've been telling her early on. I said, get a head start.
I think that's a little optimistic. How old?
Well, I'm 1 month. She's 1 month.
Yeah.
1 month and a few days, and I think we're wasting time. You know, as we
I don't know,
discussed
man.
last time, there's that young girl.
I believe you mentioned on this podcast a couple times that you felt your father pushed you too hard.
Oh, yes, indeed. But that was at an older age when I could understand it. Yes, but
I'm just saying you're heading in that direction right away.
But I'm very positive about it. I'm very positive. He took more of the negative affirmation approach.
I don't think there's negative affirmations.
No, there is. It's you avoid
What's a
them.
negative affirmation?
Like, you better do this, or you're going to be crying in the car on the way home because
That's not an affirmation. That's a threat. A negative affirmation would be like, "That was a great game there, Brendan. It was better than last week when you completely embarrassed the whole team and your mother."
Sure, he did those two. He did those two. He had them all. He had the full scope. Don't worry.
Tuesday.
Let's take a look at Tuesday, February 16th. Joanna Finnemore.
We've worked with her before.
We have, sure. Beer Me was the theme. 4 answers with a beer in the answer. So Nip in the Bud, Stella McCartney, of course, that's Stella Artois. Once in a Blue Moon, and Corona Cigar. Now, I was looking for a little bit more here, Greg, because of Nip in the Bud. I noticed when I got that, I had Beer Me in, and when I got that, there's also pint in the beginning of that word, Nipint. So I thought there was going to be like some sort of glass of beer in each one, which I was looking too deep into it. That just was
man. What you had some high expectations for a Tuesday? Yeah,
that was ridiculous thinking. 50 down. Place to see a Kandinsky or Calder, and that's the MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art in New York, and that's actually one of my favorite museums. I enjoy that museum. I went there several times when I lived in New York, and I dated a woman that lived nearby there. One thing I did not like, I thought this was a bit of appropriation by MoMA. They had a sailboat, looked like beautiful sailboat, looked like it was about from the 1940s, 30s maybe, beautifully restored, just hanging in front of the building. You can't call something modern. You can't take something old and call it modern just because you hang it. Do you know what I mean? Like, just because it's in a place where a sailboat shouldn't be, they're saying it's modern art. That's a classic sailboat. You just hung it off the side of a building. You didn't do anything modern here.
Well, and then what? I mean, it depends on what you. I mean, art goes back a long way, from what I understand, to like the 1920s. So, I mean, relatively.
The 20s is when art started?
I don't know the exact date, Brendan. You don't hold me to it, but I think it's 2021 or something like that is when art started. And I think that, the 1940s sailboat, that's relatively modern, comparatively.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, that was, from my understanding, that was a large factor in World War I. It was that Archduke Franz Ferdinand was trying to get art started, and a lot of guys were saying, "We're not doing art.
Yeah,
we're not doing art." And some other that was the whole world.
One little
really.
thing. Yeah. Let's see. Where do we want to go first, Brendan? 52 across. Not the brightest bulb in the pack. The answer is dolt.
Yeah.
And I want to do another acting exercise. I'm going to
wonderful. For those of you that don't know, by the way, and I hate to interrupt, but Greg is a highly trained actor, very accomplished.
Yep, those are lies.
Not true.
52 across. Okay, I'm gonna give you the clue again. Okay, and the answer, and I want you to respond with a one-word answer. Okay.
Okay.
With one word in any way that you like. Just say one word as if you were an adult.
Okay.
Okay. 52 across. Not the brightest bulb in the pack. That's dolt.
Dolt. Okay, I'll do it to you. All right.
Okay.
52 across. Not the brightest bulb in the pack. That's a dolt.
Pack.
Yeah, that's good. That's better. Okay, give me a shot.
52 across. Not the brightest bulb in the pack. That's dolt.
Pancakes.
Yeah.
He was thinking of pancakes.
I mean, if I was going to be a director, and I'm not saying I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Let's try that line again. I'm going to say maybe take a little mustard off of it. Okay.
Yeah.
You're at a 9 on that one. Let me see. Let me see something at a 3. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
52 across. Not the brightest bulb in the pack. That's dolt.
Pancakes.
Okay, one more time. I want you to do it without the stuttering in the beginning or the end. All right, I want you to hit the line.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. And it doesn't have to be pancakes. You can pick any line, but it's a one word.
Okay.
No none of that. All right. Just try it.
Okay.
All right. That was good, by the way. We got that one on tape.
Right.
And that's perfect. We're going to be able to use that in the film, but just for fun, let's do another take. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a trick that directors use a lot
Right,
of times.
yeah,
They're
I
like,
know.
that one was great, Greg. That one was great. And I'll be like, we got that one. This is just for fun. And they're like, if we don't get this next one, we're dead. Because Greg really blew that first.
We got to bring in another guy.
Yeah. 52 across, not the brightest bulb in the pack. Dolt.
Pancakes.
Yeah, I like it. That's good, man. That's good. Yeah, good.
I want to talk about 16 across. What truth is said to be the first casualty of, and that is war. War is the first. Truth is the first casualty of war, and that is a poignant, deep observation, and also horribly insulting to the actual guy that gets killed first in the war. That is rough when they're like, this Private Williams was a hero. He laid his life down on the line. He was the first man to die in this conflict, and as such, we want to award him with this medal of, whoa. I think you're forgetting about truth. Don't forget about truth. That's the first casualty of the war.
Okay, I see where you're going with that. I like that. No, Williams died. I see.
Yeah, let's not say he's the first guy. Okay, don't forget about truth.
Yeah. My take on it was, truth is the first casualty of war, and I'd like to meet the person that figured this out for the first time. He's like, those Germans were lying about. Did you know they said they were not going to attack until tomorrow, and they attacked today? Yeah. Those guys are liars. Okay. Yeah, man, it's war. They're gonna. That's the first thing to go.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that truth is the first casualty of war. That's not me. But, geez, Halliburton sure did get a lot of oil contracts coming out of that whole Iraq thing. And I'm not saying anything's connected one way or another, but boy, those guys seem to have made billions. Want to check out Wednesday?
Well, we're going to play a little game on Tuesday first.
Oh, wonderful.
This is, of course, a new game that we started a few weeks ago. It's which is the most overused answer to a clue.
I love it.
Okay, and
so
Brendan, I'm going to put you on the spot.
We'll have a bracketed tournament.
Yeah. That would be good. That would be good. It doesn't sound like something you and I would actually get around to doing.
No, we'll never have it. We'll never do that. But, theoretically.
Yeah.
What a thing.
28 down, airplane captain's announcement, that's ETA, and 53 down, figure that might give a child nightmares, ogre. ETA versus ogre, Brendan. Which clue is more overused? Which clue could we see a little less of?
I want to say right now.
Okay.
This may be the biggest toss-up you've presented.
It's close. That's my talent. I know how to pick them, man. I pick really close matchups here.
I'm
a matchmaker when it comes to these things.
Oh, this is Mickelson versus Woods at their prime.
Man.
Golly, Ned, this is tough. Man, I'm gonna have to say, I would almost put these in our own. These are all our own. Me and Greg's observations. You can go
Everything
online
and
find usage, and I'm sure we're all off on that. But that's our
data,
own
and we have never been a data-driven podcast.
We're not a data-driven podcast. We're not a data-driven anything.
No.
I rank them pretty much equally in terms of overusage, and I would say, get rid of ETA because at least the clues vary a little bit more with ogre. They can give you a little bit more fun in the clues, but I think they're almost a dead heat here.
You're on the money right there. Pick one, though.
Yeah, get rid of ETA.
Okay,
get
good.
rid of ETA.
I like where your head's at there, man. That's a tough call, and you made it, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. Wednesday, February 17th. David Harris and Evan Kalish. And boy, did these two fellas outdo themselves for a Wednesday theme. The theme was monkey in the middle. You had the words monkey and middle on either side of the puzzle, and then encircled boxes, circled squares rising in an arc as if your monkey was throwing a ball to middle. You had in the INTHE. So it was monkey in the middle represented in an actual picture, the game monkey in the middle. And then I thought, well, that's done. Great theme. Done. Then later on, I find out they've got 5 answers with the word ape in them. So it's almost like
boy, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, so it's they double themed us on a Monday, and on a
Kalish
Wednesday.
is like he's like the superstar, right?
Oh yeah, he's a theme come true. But just give that nothing. One across option. And
I got it, man. Yeah, that was funny. Sorry. It was so good, I didn't get it. I appreciate what you did there.
One across option in a classic test. That's Pepsi. That's a Pepsi challenge, which I always thought was bogus because they're getting these guys from the school of people who have had mouth injuries, because anyone who can't tell Pepsi versus Coke is an idiot.
Man, I'm gonna push back there. You're not at the age where you took the Pepsi challenge. I was a young guy back then. I mean, I'm older than you, so I was in the heyday of the late 70s, early 80s. They were doing the Pepsi challenge all over, and I like Coke better.
Right.
And I picked Pepsi in that challenge for some reason. I think Pepsi's sweeter, and I think when you put them next to each other, I think there's some sort of trick that next to each other you might pick Pepsi even if you're a Coke drinker. I
stand corrected, because I'm a big Coke guy. In fact, I'm a Diet Coke guy. I've cut way back, which is nice. But if I have a preference, I take Diet Coke, and I find Pepsi to be disgusting, borderline undrinkable.
Yeah, I don't like it now, and maybe it's just because I was a kid and I wanted sweeter stuff. But I remember it was a cool time. I mean, and Pepsi went all in on this stuff, and they had this thing called the Pepsi Generation Card. It was like I think I got my first wallet when I was 11 or something.
Yeah, sure.
And you got to have something in your wallet. So I didn't have a driver's license, and my nano, my grandma, Margaret got she just got stuff for us kids, and she got us a Pepsi Generation Card.
Nice.
It was good for like discounts and at movies and things like that. I was so proud to have that thing, man. It was a nice card.
Well, I've got beef with Pepsi after they did that whole deal where you get Pepsi points, and as a joke in the commercial, they put a Harrier jump jet for some millions, and some guy did it, and they wouldn't give it to him, and then he took him to the court, and he lost, and that made me furious. I said, if they say it in the commercial, I don't care. The argument was, it was clearly a joke. Yeah. Anyone should have known that was a joke.
I agree I side with Pepsi on that.
Really, I see. That's if you say a Harrier jump jet for X amount of Pepsi points, and someone comes up with it, you give them a Harrier jump jet.
You're kidding. You should be on the side of people being able to kid around and joke.
Well, yeah, you kid around and joke, but not when it comes to collecting Pepsi points. Now, I will say, a real positive reflection on your generation, the Pepsi challenge, because that was like a thing that people were doing, and it had some purpose to it, and it was fun. And then now it's just, hey, who's going to eat a Tide Pod on the internet? Yeah. That's what we've come down to. There's no more
challenge.
Pepsi challenge. Hey, who wants to eat this poison on the internet? You idiots.
That was. A lot of that, I think, came from the show Fear Factor.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 43 down. Order from Tony Soprano, mob hit. Mm-hmm. Now, I think they just call it a hit when they're in the mob. Like, I wonder if I'd love to see Tony Soprano and like, Tony, I want to order a mob hit. By that, what I mean is I want to order a mob hit Frankie Two Toes, a mob hit, Tony.
Yeah.
You just say hit. I think.
Yeah, not like last time, Tony, when you gave me a solid gold hit, and that thing was pretty good. But
it was good.
But this one is a mob hit. Tony, listen,
mob hit.
Listen, I'm going to get specific. I want you to kill him. I want you to kill this man.
I know what you mean, man.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
35 across, Huggies, for example, that's diapers. And my buddy, Plorat, he has 3 wonderful daughters, and they're older, and he had some extra stuff, and he dropped some stuff by the house, and he asked me, he goes, what brand of diapers do you guys use? Greg, I didn't know I was supposed to have a brand. I was
Pampers, man.
I was buying the ones that looked fun. I was mixing it up.
Procter & Gamble, man. We were the first ones to make disposable diapers. Don't go with the Huggies. Go
Here's
with Pampers.
the thing, man. I was doing whatever looked fun at the store, and I thought, I don't like the same undies every day. Get her some Huggies, some Pampers.
It's Pampers.
Well,
Pampers.
now we are in the Pampers game.
Good.
And let me tell you,
Good
as
job.
a little shout out to Procter & Gamble, these things are high tech, man. And not only are they high tech, it's a genius technique. It's a genius sales technique. What's happened is the diapers have become so absorbent that you often can't tell if your little one has peed. They have a yellow line on the diaper that turns blue if it's peed. So what it happens is, it's more convenient for the it's like Coors Light, but it actually makes sense. But it's the parent knows when the child peed, but B, and this is the real sales secret. In the past, parents were only changing diapers when it occurred to them to check. Now it's staring you right in the face. You're probably going through double the amount of diapers. Great thinking on Procter & Gamble's.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I worked over there. I wasn't in the paper division, but there's smart people over there.
Yeah,
I didn't know about any of this. This is good stuff.
Oh yeah, they got a.
You met my man. You met
line.
my buddy John Brazzi.
Yeah.
Brazzi used to run the diaper business, I think. So he probably the one who invented that.
He probably invented that, and it's a. I mean, I saw it for what it was. It's a great tool as a parent, but I also realized, this probably almost doubles the amount of times you change your baby. So smart move on their end. And I am a Pampers man now.
Yeah. Okay, I want to talk about 58 across. All right.
Yeah.
And I forgot one thing, man. I'm sorry. I'm pausing here for a second.
No problem. Give me a holler if you need me to.
Okay. Yeah. No. It's 58 across, where idols may be placed. That's on a pedestal.
Sure.
Right. And I have a story about pedestals. Do you know the Brad Williams, comedian?
Sure. Yeah.
He's I guess little person is the way is the correct.
Yeah.
Brad's a little person and an extremely funny comedian, very successful, and only met him a couple times, but a funny guy. And I did, by the way, tell him this story on air, and he enjoyed it. But I was doing, I was working on a cruise ship, I think, and there was some people that saw the comedy show, and they wanted to talk to me after, this guy and his wife. And his wife's like, "Hey, do you know Brad Williams?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know of him. I've met him a couple times. Good guy." She's like, I went to high school with him. I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." She goes, yeah. The thing is, though, in high school, like, he talks about in his act that we all made fun of him. And she goes, "That's not true. He was like one of the most popular people in our high school. Like, we didn't make fun of him. We put him on a pedestal." I'm like, "Well, that right there you shouldn't have done, man." Like that.
We put him on a pedestal. We wanted the guy to reach
that
the
might
lunch
be why
table.
he's a little upset, man.
Oh, that's funny. We put him on a pedestal.
I called into Todd and Tyler radio show out of Omaha that you've done, and he was in there, and I was like, "Man, I don't know Brad that well. Is he gonna like this story?" And I was like, "All right, I'm gonna tell the story." he liked it.
I bet he loved it. I loved it. Yeah. 63 across coral. I didn't know this. Coral component, and that's polyp.
Yeah.
And from an unnecessary medical update I received from my dad, I think the Great Barrier Reef must be growing in that guy's rear end. Because he has got polyps galore.
Yeah.
And I had no idea this was a coral situation. I told him start an aquarium, buddy. Don't get those things removed, Those are valuable.
Yep.
Being able to remotely work from the comfort of your home is great, but not being near coworkers at your office can lead to delays in completing projects. One way to make sure your workflow stays on track is to use Monday.com. Monday.com allows you to track work projects, collaborate anywhere, and manage your workload. With it, you can see when certain projects are complete, what your team members are working on, and when you can expect projects to be finalized. While my team has been working from home, we've been able to view all of our projects that people are working on, and it's cut meeting times and prevented projects from slowing down or being bottlenecked. On top of bringing teams together, Monday.com also knows how important it is to integrate with other services that a business might use. Monday.com works great with services like G Suite, Zendesk, Facebook ads, and more. So if you want your team to be more effective than ever, visit Monday.com for a free 2-week trial.
Support for this podcast comes from Progressive. What would you do with an extra $800? Buy a plane ticket? Pay down your student loan? Treat yourself to those shoes you've been eyeing. With Progressive, you could find out. Drivers who switch and save an average of $796 on car insurance. Get your quote online at Progressive.com and see how much you could be saving. National average annual car insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2019. Microsoft Teams is helping a bicycle company reinvent the way that they work.
We make bicycles for everyday riders. Once the pandemic hit, we started doing virtual visits.
All of a sudden, we could open up our showroom to customers around the world.
Learn more at Microsoft.com/Teams.
I'll end it with 20 across Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip co-star. That's Amanda Peet. That was a show, I think, that lasted 1 or 2 seasons on NBC.
Not too long, yeah.
Yeah, and it was Aaron Sorkin, who's one of my favorite guys in show business. And I just want to say, if I didn't watch it, and had I known Amanda Peet was on there, I would have watched it. Extremely attractive
Big Pete lady
actor.
Are you?
Oh man, people always ask me like, who's your who's the hottest girl, or who's your? I never know what to say. I'm like, I don't know. Probably this girl I dated in college that broke up with me. I never can think of an actor at the time, and there's a lot of very attractive actors, and I never can think of one. And now Amanda Peet, bam, there you go.
Amanda Peet. What's funny about that is. My answer to that always was Scarlett Johansson. I find her to be a beautiful woman. But then I spent some time, not a ton of time, but a fair amount of gigs opening for Colin Jost.
Yeah, now you can't go around saying
they became a couple, and it's like, well, now I can't. Well,
it's his wife, man. Yeah, they have kids together. They can't be like, I like my buddy's wife.
I like this guy that knows his wife. Yeah, it really ruined. So I'm a Jennifer Lawrence man now.
That's the
end of that.
Yeah, she's attractive. Yeah.
Thursday, February 18th. Brilliant theme. Very difficult to construct, I think. The theme was TV spots, and there were 4 circled squares that could contain either a T or a V and still make sense, which I thought was really cool. For instance, I'll just give you 2 examples. I'm not going to go through all of them, but 17 across was designs was the clue, and the answer could be inventions with the V in the third thing, or intentions with T in the third letter. So, and then the down that intersected that was some accommodations, and you could have hovels, kind of a shack-like thing, or hotels. So you could the V or the T was transposable. Which, man, that's a tough construction there to think of words that worked for both those.
Didn't get it. I mean, I got the puzzle, I got it done, but I had no idea that you could. For some reason, I think I hit on all T's, and you could put T or a V in there, and you still win. But when I went back to, and I don't think they showed a T and V on the app. But when I back to the, I was writing jokes off of the the computer, and it showed a T/V. So I was like, oh, this is a cool puzzle. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, that always concerns me. That's the one downside of the app. Is sometimes I'll understand something, but worry. Oh, does this want me to put in both letters? Does this want me to pick one? Like, how do they want? Is there an order? Do they want a TV written in both? You know, like
You don't know. Usually they're
never
pretty forgiving, though. It's like if you get any sort of mix of it.
Yeah.
46 across, revolutionary icon. That's Che. Now, here's the thing, Brendan. You and I both have worked with Michael Che, and we know him, and he's a very funny comic. I had no idea that he was considered a revolutionary icon at this point.
Well,
I mean, he's got sort of a rabble-rousing style of comedy.
Sure, and that he wears that beret, and the college kids put the poster up in the room. And
That's Michael Che?
Yeah, sure. That's Michael Che. A lot of people don't recognize the silhouette. He's wearing a wig in the T-shirt. Actually, but yeah. 25 down. Put under a microscope, and that's inspect. And I read that, and what I wanted to know was, what is the most powerful microscope in the world? And it turns out there's 3 or 4 places that kind of vie for that have these mega electron microscopes where you can see, basically smaller than an atom. I think Berkeley has one, Cornell has one. There's one in Canada.
St. Louis Area Community College, I think, has got a pretty good one.
They've got a great one. And do you think like when a guy gets there, a guy gets there for his first day, do you think he's trying to do fun stuff? Like, hey, has anyone put a shoe under this thing or looked at a shoe or maybe, how about a Cool Ranch Dorito? We check that out. Like, hey, Johnson, is that dog poop on my $35 million electron microscope? Well, I didn't know what it might look like. I thought I'd check it out. Science.
I would like to see the Cool Ranch Dorito, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're always doing blood and viruses. Put something I want to put an earthworm under there,
The dog poop thing, I guarantee they've done that. I mean, there's something probably that...
Yeah, important.
55 down, pond film. I thought it was on Golden, but it's scum. Stupid joke.
Do you know what's even stupider? Is how long I spent trying to come up with a James Bond pun joke for that. For that
I can outdo myself with a stupid joke if you'd like.
Yeah, please.
33 down, sweetener from a leaf extract. That's stevia. And Brendan, do you know the name of the scientist that invented the stevia?
I could take a guess, but I'm gonna let you do it.
Steve Anderson was his name. They call him Stevie A. And got some pretty dumb ones. Yeah.
Do you know who invented Sweet and Low?
No.
Dolly Parton and a midget.
Dolly Parton.
She's just a very sweet woman.
Okay. I guess that is her defining characteristic.
I couldn't. I had to think on my feet. Who would I think of as a sweet? I could have gone with like Auntie. I don't remember the aunt's name from. I don't even know what I'm thinking.
You don't even know what you can't remember.
Yeah, I don't even know what I can't remember. Yeah, I mean, Dolly Parton's defining characteristic is sweetness. If you are being sort of polite.
Yeah. I don't know. Go ahead, man.
5 across, shoot. That's Ask Me.
Yep.
Man, Greg, did that lead to so many disasters in the Old West?
Were you using the Old West with that? Were you out doing that thing out in the... Yeah, you don't want to do that in the Old West,
No,
Brendan.
that was a big mistake. Hey, do you guys have what'll it be, cowboy? Shoot. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I will.
That was it was a tough one in the Old West. 23 across, winner of 9 Grand Slam titles. That's Seles. That's Monica Seles. One of the defining characteristics of Monica Seles is when she would hit the ball, she'd grunt. And a lot of you guys, our listeners, don't know that when Brendan solves his crossword puzzles, every clue he grunts. Isn't that true?
I don't know. It's like, like take for instance 6 down mountain coverings, and I wrote it. I don't think I do that because I just calmly wrote in ski suits. Ah! And I don't think there's anything I'm not noticing about that.
You're right, man. I got that all wrong.
Now, let me ask you a question. Was it Monica Seles or Steffi Graf that was stabbed?
Monica Seles.
I don't understand how that's not a bigger sort of sports milestone.
It's a big thing.
It's got to be huge. In the history of sports, a fan just ran on and stabbed a player? That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever that happened to the Yankees, it'd be never forgotten.
It's never forgotten.
I forgot. I couldn't tell if it was Graf or Seles.
Well, you may be a little young for it. I don't know.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I say from 1 down, and we don't take a hard, firm stance on too much. But
No.
I will say this with cement-like firmness: if you're at a sporting event, don't go down there and stab the
No
players.
stabbing, and we've always had a very, very strict no stabbing policy on this podcast.
Yeah, there's no reason to.
And we're going to continue it.
There's
stabbing.
no reason to.
Yeah. Are you ready to play another round of what's the most overused clue?
Yeah, I'd love to.
The 35 down, the answer is EMTs. 61 down, the answer is RCs, as in the colas. Brendan, which is the most overused answer?
EMTs, definitely.
Yep,
EMTs.
you're right on that.
Definitely
Yeah,
EMTs.
that was an easy one to call.
Now, there was a period when we first started this podcast. Man, they were hot and heavy in RC Cola.
You could take a 6-week window and say it was RCs, but I would say over time you are absolutely right on EMTs.
Yeah. EMT is just big time. Now, Friday, February 19th, an Amanda Rafkin job. Of course, your classic themeless Friday. I've got a nitpick here, Greg. Brendan's nitpick corner.
Okay.
I'd like to hear what you say about this. I don't know if I'm just kind of missing a grammatical nuance or if I've caught an error. 29 across stayed. That's STAYED. Stayed out of sight. And the answer is lay low. Should not the answer have been laid low? In other words, the clue
I'm not
said,
looking at the clue, but yeah.
the clue said stayed. Am I just missing something grammatically, or is that did we catch shorts out on something here?
I think we might have got him.
Yeah, stayed out of sight.
Stayed, lay low.
No, that's stay out of sight.
Right.
Yeah, it's got to be laid. Yeah. Well, we got you.
We got him. We got him.
Yeah.
We will see you in court, shorts. 15 across, popular beachside drinks, Bahama Mamas. Mm-hmm. And I may have brought this up on the podcast, Brendan, but I'm going to reiterate it.
Yeah.
I have been to the Bahamas, and I can tell you 90% of the Bahamian economy is based on the fact that the words Bahama and Mama rhyme. If this was not the case,
but I can't get enough of it.
That place would be bankrupt. I mean, they have Bahama Mama drinks. They have shirts that they sell that say, I'm a Bahama Mama, and then they have Bahama Mama restaurants. And if those two words not rhyme, they'd go under. It's a big part of their economy.
Yeah, it's much like New Orleans is a hurricane/jazz based economy. Everything's got to have to do with one or the other. The other thing I would say, the clue on that was popular order at beachside bars, Bahama Mamas. An alternate clue could have been very unpopular order at non-beachside bars. Because if you go up to your neighborhood watering hole and order a Bahama Mama, they do not care for that. One Bahama Mama, please. Get out.
Another popular order at beachside bars is Larry, take your hands off the girls.
Larry, for the last time, we will kick you out of this sandals.
Hey, man, I was just trying to have a good time. These lady said she liked me, man. You like me, don't you?
Yeah. The brochure said all inclusive. 3 down, gradually stopped without, and that's phased. And my hometown baseball team, the Indians, they're also getting rid of the name, but they are phasing out Chief Wahoo, our very racially insensitive mascot, just a kind of a caricature of a Native American, and I've always agreed with the cause of getting rid of him. It is offensive, but they're phasing him out, which I think is code for, hey, we still got a warehouse full of hats.
Yeah.
We're gonna need like a season and a half to unload these things, and then go ahead.
It's not like they're making him less racially offensive in different iterations.
They're just
we took away the stupid grin. Now he only has half a stupid grin.
He's still bright red, but we're gonna slowly
he's a slightly brighter shade of red.
Yeah, there's absolutely. I remember when that came out. It's like there's no call for a phase out here. Just a stop is fine. It's definitely we still got some stuff, man, and we got to sell that quick.
This is another installment of Greg Warren's Brendan. That needs to be in your act.
Okay, laying it down.
Yeah.
Doodle, don't.
Guy doesn't take good advice. Just for the listeners, doesn't listen to good advice.
Now I wanted to say, well, I think that's about a worthless thing to say. I was going to say something about 4 down hair pieces being Hanks, but
I don't understand that one.
Well, I looked it up, and because I didn't either, I got it, but it's basically doll hair or fake hair is often sold in units called Hanks. And then I say, okay, so what's a Hank? And as far as I can tell, the official measurement of a Hank is, I don't know, like a chunk of hair. There's no, they say, so these packages say 1 Hank, but a Hank is nothing. It's just, I don't know, however much we put in there. Just take your fake hair, you weirdo.
If now you can't really see this if obviously if you're listening, but if you're watching on YouTube, you'll notice I yawned in the middle there, and it had nothing to do with what Brendan was actually talking about because I did have sort of a long weekend. I just would have yawned anyways, but it was probably the most appropriately placed yawn that I've ever had on this podcast.
Well, you asked.
I know, but I didn't expect a dissertation, and you should have gone with your gut.
Let me tell you something. You try and present that as a dissertation, you'll be laughed out of the room, Greg. Go ahead. Try and get your PhD in my Hanks story, okay?
The thing with these dissertations, Brendan, is it's all in the way that you present them. You know?
Yeah.
I'm a good dissertator. And
tell them that, too. That'll help.
That's how they bring me up. That's how I make them bring me up. Our next dissertator, one of the best dissertators. Let's go to Saturday.
February
for the love
20th.
of God.
This was an Ali Gascoigne 15 across. I Wish rapper. 1995. So I'm 13 years. This is Skeelo. Skeelo is the answer. I'm 13 years old. I remember this song fondly. It was a good song. But I wish I could question, Skeelo, because there are some problems. Skeelo, excuse me. If you don't recall, the song goes, I wish I was a little bit taller.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, man. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. I wish I was a baller.
Yep.
Great. I wish I had a girl who looked good. I would call her. All right.
Yeah,
So far,
pretty cool.
everything adds up. I wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat. All right. Hold up. Skeelo, what do you mean?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Rabbit in the hat. I mean, I'm with you there.
Even that part.
But,
little
I mean,
off topic from the first.
Rabbits don't have
theme.
opposable thumbs. They're not going to be able to hold a bat, right?
No, and I think the whole thing must be some sort of slang term. Then he goes back to and a 6'4" Impala, which that's fine, a car, but just right in the middle of that, a rabbit in a hat with a bat.
Yeah.
Goes Seussian on us, sort of Dr. Seussian.
Oh, yeah. I do not like that lyric in a moat. I do not like that lyric in a boat.
Yeah.
No, it's a good song. I didn't know that was a song, but now, it was a good song, and I agree with you. I mean, unless he was talking about, like a bat, like the animal.
Even
a rabbit and a bat.
Even so, not traditionally part of a magic act, and even if all that made sense, the whole theme is sort of these things that make sense that you want. Then all of a sudden, you're finding out he secretly wanted to be a magician. Whole time.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of rap magicians, and I'll tell you right now, if there's a kid out there who wants to be a rap magician, Brendan and I will sign you right now and back you because I just thought of a genius idea. Right? We just made $1 million.
The rapping magician is you will be playing comedy clubs before you even have an act, my friend.
Yeah. 46 down. This one's on blank, and that's me. Something Brendan Eyre has never said on the road.
I have tried it. You get angry. You always bring this up. You get angry if someone tries to pay.
I get angry because it's usually like a feeble attempt. It's an obvious. All
right, I'll insist next time. We'll see what happens, and I'll be secretly
Boy,
recording
I'd
it
love
with
to
my
see
phone.
that.
I'll be secretly recording it with my phone. 47 down.
You will because your hand will not be on your wallet.
47 down. Blank is better than ever. 1976 album. That's Edda is better than ever. Now, Greg, I don't know if you know this. Thanks to some tips from you, I've been working on my comic delivery.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and
avoiding the question to set up the joke.
A lot of that, getting the words, tightening things up, and I think the name of my next album will be Brendan is Mendin' His Sendin'.
I like it, man. That is good. Put me down for a copy right now.
Yeah.
Should I just go on? You want me to Venmo you the money because I want that album?
Sure.
Yeah. There's an out. Say it again.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Brendan is mending his sending.
That guy is gonna be that's all that guy's going to the top. That's an album title right there. Let's go to Sunday, man.
Well, real quick, I got one I can't pass up. 12 down, restaurant chain originally called Chicken on the Run.
Yeah.
That was Popeyes.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize there was a name in between those two.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was, guys, we caught the chicken. Anyway, Sunday. Sunday.
I mean, I'm all for when it's always been my role on this podcast to move to the next day. And I am all for stopping me and jumping in and saying, hey, Greg, don't cut me off. We got some meat left on the bone here. But
that's funny. The chicken was on the run. Then guys, we caught the chicken. Come on.
I don't know if I would have. I mean,
I don't think you got it.
That's not the worst joke of the day, probably, but I'm just saying.
I don't think
you really had to stop me from going Sunday for that one.
Well, I don't think you understood it, frankly. Sunday, February 21st.
Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm missing something here. Break it down.
The chicken was on the run.
Right.
In the first thing, then they caught him. So then now they can have a chicken restaurant. Guys, we caught the chicken. Everyone come back in.
Okay, the fact that they couldn't have a chicken restaurant, but they already had a chicken restaurant.
You overlook that. Chicken on the Run was selling hamburgers the whole time.
I don't think so. That seems almost deceptive.
Sunday, February 21st, was a Matthew Stock. And let me tell you something. As a Sunday goes, it was an overly easy theme and a very difficult puzzle. It was
brutal, man. That one. See if we agree. What's the most ridiculous answer that we've ever seen on a crossword puzzle that was on here? It was just ridiculously hard.
Well, I had a whole section where I had trouble, and
give me one that you think is ridiculous.
93 down, yes! Element 39.
93 down, element 39. It's YTT, yttrium, or YTTRIUM. Come on,
yttrium.
Man. I missed the T there because I didn't get the pun on talc, and then I missed. Then right around that area, they had some sort of Japanese mat tatami. I don't know what that was.
I got tatami. Talc was.
You got them all. You won.
Well, I got them all, but I mean, understood tatami and knew it. I mean, I was guessing on talc. What goes right to the bottom, and that's talc. And it's like talcum powder has so many uses. The idea that you're saying that's just a butt powder, and then anointment. Unction. I had no idea on that.
I didn't know, except for I just knew that sounded like a word. I wasn't sure about it. That's part of why I kind of quit. But 125 across, Brendan. Answer this clue without looking down. 125 across. Comedian Johnigan, as stated by a person with a stutter.
Tatami.
Yeah? A better clue, I think.
Yeah. I got a new segment.
Oh, yeah?
It's 51 across. Things many people lose as they grow older, and the answer was ideals.
Yeah.
And that is the one down most depressing clue of the week.
Yes, Justin. I felt the same way. I mean, I agree with you here, Shorts, but do we really need you? I look for you to uplift me every day.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, man. That's a good segment. Brendan, one down. Our namesake. Sitcom extraterrestrial, and
I was hoping we'd go here.
That, of course, is Alf. And Brendan, I think you've heard it before. But if you don't mind, can I do my best impression?
Mind. I have to insist.
Okay. This of course, the kids love this one. This is a sitcom Alf. Okay, and Brendan, this is Willie, who was the dad in that sitcom. This is my impression of him. Elf.
Do it again. That's not
okay. Give me a second. Wait, call action maybe.
Action.
Elf. That's a good impression. You got to admit it.
It's a great impression. 50 down, Greg. This was the seventh avatar of Vishnu, and that's Rama, of course. Now, I follow Vishnu on Twitter, and what a lot of people don't know is his sixth avatar was just him holding up a smallmouth bass that he caught.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he changed it. But for a while, that was his avatar on Twitter there. And, it was a nice-sized bass. But
for a bonus on this answer, Brendan?
Yes.
Rama's last name.
Llama Ding Dong.
There you go, baby. This guy's one of the best in the business. Put it on the tee, he just knocks it off clean.
We used to make fun of my friend Drew, who lived on my street. We found a VHS.
I'm just going to interrupt this real quick. I'm guessing what Brendan's about to do is 52 down. It's a long story, saga.
No, he lived on my street, and we found a VHS in his house, and it had two things on it. It had him calling a baseball game, And it was hilarious because he just goes, Ram-a-lamma ding-dong, that one's out of here. And then it cut, and then it had him doing karate. And we found this, and it was like the death knell for an elementary school boy. You got to hide that tape, man.
Well, I believe that was a Joe Buck Bud Light commercial or something. He was trying to come up with a home run call, and he'd go Ram-a-lamma ding dong or something like that. I can't remember. It's funny.
61 across Papal.
Elf.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, Elf. Papal name last taken in 1939. That's Pius, Pope Pius. There's been many Pope Piuses.
Did you mean to say papal?
Papal, yes. Excuse me. As church attendance declines, Greg, I think
if any of you guys like the podcast, by the way, feel free to send in some money on PayPal.
As attendance declines in the Catholic Church, Greg, what I think they need to do is they need to embrace kind of they need to embrace the new era. You know, they go with these names, Pius and Leo and John Paul. It's like, you know, Pope, how about the next guy, Pope Wolverine? Can you feel that? Pope hashtag Big Popin'.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
How about Pope MacBook Pro?
MacBook Pro.
Not bad, right?
How about MacBook Pro?
That's great. Yeah, draw in the younger crowd. I mean, I know I don't want to. Don't draw them in too close, but draw them in.
Brendan,
yeah,
you didn't have to go there.
They did it, not me.
Well, I was going to go there when you said I can think of one way to improve the Catholic Church attendance. I was like, I can think of one way. But you could have gone with. I think that maybe just Larry or
right,
Marty.
Larry. Yeah, something simple that we can relate to, like Jim,
Mark,
Pope Jim. You know. Anyway, that's
24 across space bars. Frank Sinatra. Fly Me to the Moon. I like Sinatra. I'm glad they picked this one and not that. You know that one song where he just brags about all the girls that he had sex with at different ages? You know, when I was 21, it was a very good year. It's just like, I'm trying to see the theme of this. I think you're just bragging about all the girls that you had sex with at different points in your life. Right. And I was like, and whenever I listen to that song, I'm like, man, when I was 31, I wasn't doing that. That was When I was 41, nope, I wasn't doing that.
No, my song would just be, I did pretty well there for a few years. The rest of it, not, I guess normal, a little less.
I don't know. You had a pretty good run. You must have had a pretty good run in your early 30s or late 20s, because that one wedding I went to, I was seated next to 7 girls at the wedding that had all hooked up with you at one time or another.
Yeah, I was being. I
didn't know that either.
I was being humble. I was like,
hey, Brendan, I met this really guy. That girl. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know. And then I met this other girl. She was pretty cool. Yeah, I actually had a thing.
I was being humble, Greg. I'm much like that Sinatra song. I listen to that Sinatra song and I go, Frank, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like me.
That's exactly what you just said.
It's not at all. It doesn't sound like me.
Elf. That guy was always trying to eat the cat. You think they would have said, hey, you got to get out of here, man, or else you got to stop trying to eat the cat.
In his own way, he showed a little irritation. It was, Elf. That was basically his way of saying, don't eat the cat.
Elf, leave the cat alone.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm done. You got anything?
Well, 19 across, actor Ray of Field of Dreams. It took me a second to remember this one. Leota, he played Shoeless Joe.
Sure.
Brendan, let's end the podcast today with Ray Liotta impressions.
I'm not a good impersonator, so I'll take my cue from you. You go ahead, take your time, and whenever you're ready.
Give me the gun, Karen. How's it feel, Karen? Give me the gun, Karen.
Give me the gun, Karen.
How's it feel now, Karen?
Give me the gun, Karen. I can't do it. Give me the gun, Karen.
Well, you should probably, yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
there's another thing I remember. That's the only other line I remember.
Chantix changed my life. I don't know. This has been One Down, the Comedy Crossword Podcast. I think it went well.
I loved it.
Elf.
One Down is hosted by Greg Warren and Brendan Eyre, produced and edited by John Baldwin. Our theme song is written and performed by Henry Phillips. Executive producers Matt Kleinschmidt and Robert Kelly for the Laugh Button Podcasts.
One Down, the Comedy Crossword Podcast.
Hey, my dark darlings. Hopefully, you've been enjoying our latest videos. We're a small crew here at Something Scary, so we have to make sure that the work that goes into our episodes gets done in order and on schedule. So that's why I want to tell you about our sponsor, Monday.com. Monday.com is an online teamwork platform that keeps your team connected from anywhere. I really enjoy the visual ease of using Monday.com. It helps banish the demons of confusing email chains or who's doing what and by when. It helps make sure everyone is aligned and on the same page. One of the things that I enjoy the most about Monday.com is that it's customizable, so it feels like it could fit any type of collaboration or industry. Build confidence within your team and reach every goal with ease. Visit Monday.com to start your free 2-week trial.